Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Dante86, and I'm here to give you all a review of the Nintendo 3DS. Now, I know a lot of people, this has come out, it's been out for not even quite a week yet here in America, but a lot of people are thinking, is that really worth the money? 250 bucks? Ugh, 250 plus tax, actually. So, yeah, it's a hefty buy. But let's dig into what you're getting with the system. First off, it comes with the augmented reality cards, and that gives you, I think it's about 5 or 6 games, and then some more unlockable games, and a lot of different possibilities with that. And it also comes bundled with the, with Face Raiders, which is a nice game. And it's really fun game. I might have to show some, I took a video of my dad playing and he really enjoyed it. So that's a really cool addition. There's also a music player in it right now, along with the 3D cameras right here. Yeah, 3D camera. It really does. If you play around with it and find out how it really works, you can take some really cool pictures with this. And the facial recognition of the cameras and everything, because you can make Mii's based off of just a camera, and the camera will take a picture after you set some prereqs. So all in all, the built-in software is nice. And then in May, we're supposed to be getting an update that's going to add an internet browser and an eShop to where you can buy old Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. I think Game Gear, I'm not sure. They need to put Game Boy Advance on there as well, but kind of like the Wii, where it has a virtual console, it's going to have one of those on here. And I think they're going to release new 3D games on here as well, and other things like that. Another feature that's built in is a pedometer. It's called the activity log, and it has a pedometer in there. So if you just stick it in your pocket and leave it in sleep mode, it counts your steps or whatever, and you can unlock play coins. I think 10 a day and up to 300 in all. And you can use these in different games. Like you can use some of the you can use some of the play coins to unlock stuff in the AR games. You can use them in Street Fighter 4 to buy figures. You can use them in the Mii Plaza to play the different games in there, because there are 2 games in the Mii Plaza that are also built in that work off of mainly the Street Pass feature. Now that I brought that up, let's talk about the Street Pass feature. Street Pass is a little tag mode that's included in the 3DS. I haven't been able to try it out too much. I'm actually going to go out today and go to a little shopping mall around while, looking for jobs and stuff right now. I'm going to take it with me and see if I can pass anybody up. But what it does is, right here there's a little notification light. It would be right here, and it would shine green. And that would mean that you pass somebody that has the same, that has their Street Pass activated as well. And it trades Mii's, and you can use these people's Mii's inside 2 games. One of them is completing 3D puzzles, and another one is, it's like a little RPG where you have to go and fight ghosts and stuff, and you can actually use those Mii's. And if you don't find anyone, you can also use the play coins that you've unlocked by buying puzzle pieces in the puzzle game, or by buying warriors in the RPG. So all in all, you get a lot of software built into this, and it's really nice. If you want me to go into more depth in some of these things, let me know and I'll definitely do that. One other thing that this is better than the Wii in is the fact that it still uses the friend codes for online play, but there's one friend code for the system, whereas on the DS and the Wii, you have a friend code for every single game, and its friend code is a 12-digit number that you have to trade with your friend in order for you to play the game together. So yeah, that's a little frustrating, but there's one friend code for the system this time, and once you trade it with your friends, you're good, and you can check your friends list to see if your friends are playing online or whatever. But one thing I'm hoping for with the update is more ways to interact with your friends. Now you can see if they're online and see what they're playing, but you can't send any messages right now. And say I see my friend Streetscape playing Street Fighter or something. I'm like, hey, he's playing Street Fighter. I have Street Fighter. I want to play it. I can't send him a message and say, hey, let's play online. And even when you're playing online with a friend, even though there's a built-in microphone in the 3DS, so far there's no voice chat. They need to change that. So it's still early. It's only been out for like a week in America and like a month in Japan. So I know updates are coming. So yeah. Let's get to the graphics. The graphics of this system are really, really, really nice. If the developers take the time, you can see some really great graphics on this thing. Super Street Fighter 4, for instance. I have Street Fighter 4 on the Xbox 360, and I was thinking they were going to have to take a whole lot out of the game in order for it to run on here. Not at all. The only difference in this is the backgrounds don't move. And on the 360 and PlayStation 3 versions, everything is moving and everything, but the character models, the effects on all the special attacks and everything like that, it looks just like you're playing on the freaking 360. It looks great on this screen. It looks really good. And I know that if it wasn't for the 3D effect, they could take the graphics even farther. But since it's 3D, essentially what they're doing is there's two screens right here rendering the image twice. And there's a film in the middle that splits the image for the two eyes to see, and that's how you get the 3D image. So that's why it's rendering two high definition pretty much images up here, and then it's rendering stuff at the bottom as well. So that's a lot of power. And you know, if it wasn't for the 3D effect and them having to do it two times at the top, it would be even better and they can do better graphics. But I'm looking forward to see what kind of things they do in the future with the graphics and everything. And the 3D effect, that's the main draw of this. How does it work? Does it work well? Does it make your head hurt? I don't know. Should I get that? Let me tell you, the 3D effect here on the 3DS, from what I've seen, is it works very well. Playing in Super Street Fighter 4, it just adds this sense of depth, and where the menus and life bars are, you can see those kind of hovering above the fight, more so than just being pasted on. It's kind of like they're detached from it, and it's kind of floating in the front. And you can just see, it's really subtle how it works in Super Street Fighter 4, and you can really see it when you have it in a dynamic mode, and it kind of puts the camera behind the shoulder of one of the characters, and you know, you can see the fighting area, just the depth of the area right there. And another part where you can really see it is when you're doing the super moves, the ultras or whatever. Sometimes the characters, like in the different camera angles it has, their arms and legs might be kind of popping out of the screen a little bit, and you can just really get a good sense of depth in the game. And one place where I didn't like the 3D is the AR games. I've tried it. I've tried playing with 3D on, but I don't know. It's just kind of weird. It doesn't work that well for me with this. It kind of makes my eyes feel weird. I've tried sliding the slider up and down, trying to get the best feel, but I just haven't found it, and I really don't like using 3D for the AR games. But that's just me. Some people say it works fine with them. So the 3D effect, so far from what I've seen, it works really well. And as long as the developers don't try to do too much, keep it simple, I can really see some great things happening here. And one thing I really love about this is there's this 3D slider. You can turn it up and down to whatever intensity level that you want or don't want. So one thing I will say about the 3D effect is if you play it a lot, your eyes will be getting tired, because essentially they're working a lot harder and they have to rotate to the same area so they can see the effect, and it's a lot of work on your eyes. So it's going to take some getting used to. And if you're playing it a lot always in 3D, that's probably not a good idea. But what I like and what I see myself doing a lot is while I'm playing, I'll just be playing a game and then I'll just turn off the 3D effect. and then I want to see what this movie looks like in 3D. I turn it back on, I'll look at it like, oh, that's cool, and I turn it back off. So it's really nice. And one thing a lot of people are complaining about, well, not really complaining about, but just worried about, is this sweet spot. You have to essentially hold the 3DS in a certain area so that you can see the 3D and everything, which is true. There is a sweet spot, but honestly, it's not too bad. And people talk about playing Street Fighter and how you are moving the system a lot or whatever. I don't move the system a lot when I'm playing Street Fighter. If you can hold it still, you're pretty good. It's fine. And for games that require you to move, because it does have motion detectors in here, like for Face Raiders, 3D on there works fine, because it's, you know, you're doing a lot of this while you're playing it, and as long as you just keep it in the same area and keep it straight ahead of you while you're playing, you're not gonna have an issue seeing the 3D. So I've heard people complain about that, but it's not an issue. The system itself is very sturdy. I have a few complaints about it though, like the screen right here, you see how it's kind of wobbly, the top screen? I don't like that too much. I don't like the placement of the stylus, because I had the old one and it was on the right side of the cartridge in the back, and now it's on the left side, so it's kind of weird. And other people, it used to be on the side, so yeah. Battery life, for me, it's been decent. I haven't turned off wireless settings, and you know, for the most part, when I play, I'll play it and then I'll put it on the charging dock. But I can see it draining batteries or whatever, especially when playing graphical heavy games like Street Fighter 4. I played that for like an hour and a half one time, and I saw the battery life was down about 2 notches. So battery life on here might be an issue for people who like to play this hardcore when they're not at home. So if you like to play it hardcore and you're not around a charger, get an extra charger to take with you. Just like a smartphone, it is very draining on batteries. So I think there are going to be some kind of extra battery packs that you can buy, third party and everything. But all in all, 3DS, I'm very happy, and I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do. I can't wait till May till they upgrade this and give us everything that they said it's going to have. And I know on down the line it's going to have Netflix. Let's hope that they actually have full 3D movies, because it is capable of doing 3D video. And, you know, it would just be really nice to have that. Maybe Netflix will push out a 3D section for PlayStation 3 and the 3DS. But, I mean, all in all, it's a great system. You're getting a lot for your money, and there's a lot of great games on the way. Like in June, I know Ocarina of Time 3D is coming out, and Kid Icarus is coming out soon, and they're going to have Star Fox 64. They're remaking that as well. And, I mean, there's just a lot of, like, Resident Evil Mercenaries, and they're going to have a new Resident Evil game on here. And there's a lot of stuff on here. There's going to be a lot of great games, and I know that they're just going to keep on expanding, and I think that Nintendo is trying to do 3D video as well. They already have 3D camera, and you can do pictures, but they're going to add video as well. So you're getting a lot. You're really getting a lot, and the glasses-free 3D is really great. And if you're worried about your kids, I know there's a warning all the time saying children 7 and under shouldn't play the 3D with the 3D effects. If you want to get this for your kids, there are parental controls to turn off 3D for your kids. You can make it to where your kids cannot use 3D if they don't know the pin. So don't be worried about that. You can, if you are a parent and monitor what your kids do and actually use the parental controls, your kids will be fine, and they can play it without the 3D effect, and you can enjoy it with 3D effect. Or when they get older, they can use a 3D effect, you know? So just want to throw that out there for people who don't know. But that's my thoughts on the 3DS. Is it worth the money? I think so, especially if you're willing to wait on what's coming out. If you want to wait for better games, by all means wait for better games to come out. and then come in and get the 3DS, because honestly the launch wasn't that good as far as the titles that are out there. But if you have any questions about the 3DS or any specifics, let me know, and I will definitely try to make a video about it. Until next time, it's been your boy Dante86. Peace.